Today I am going to tell you about what is secularism. Actually, yesterday we also have discussed about what is secularism. Secularism is to giving respect to all the religion without any discrimination. It is known as secularism. Now here we will study why secularism is important in India. As we all know that India is a multiracial, multi-religious country. That is why secularism is very important in India. Different people belonging to different religion, to different races, different caste, they live in India. They have their own faith, their own beliefs. That is why secularism is very important in India. And India does not have an official state religion. As India is a secular country, that is why India don't have an official state religion. As in other countries, for example, in Pakistan, it is having Islam as their own religion. But India, it is a secular country because the people of different religion, they are living here, they are practicing their own religion. Right to freedom of religion is granted to all its citizens, as we discussed yesterday when we were discussing about the fundamental rights. Then we came to know that freedom to practice our religion, it is also our fundamental right. Then it granted this right granted the citizen that they are free to practice, to propagate, to follow their own religion. People are free to choose, as I was discussing there, to choose if they are not satisfied with their religion, if they are discriminating by their own by the person of their own religion, they can choose another religion, they can practice, they can propagate any religion to which in which they are interested. The government does not fund any religion or religious institution. The government, as we know that right to equality is granted, that is why our government. And one more thing here, it is clear to tell you that India is a secular country, that is why it is not supporting to any one religion. The state can neither favor any religion nor discriminate against the people of any religion. The state means the government of any state, it will neither favor any religion nor discriminate against the people of any religion. What it means that it means that state can neither favor any religion, that state will not favor, it will not support any religion, नॉर इट विल डिस्क्रिमिनेट. ऐसा नहीं है वो किसी एक रिलीजन का फेवर करेगा, दूसरे को डिस्क्रिमिनेट करेगा. नो, स्टेट इज़ नॉट अलाउ टू फेवर एनी रिलीजन नॉर टू डिस्क्रिमिनेट अगेंस्ट द पीपल ऑफ एनी religion, because India is having a policy of secularism. And in this chapter we are studying secularism in the context of Indian Constitution. Now it is clear to you that India does not have an official state religion, and right to freedom of religion is granted. Who granted? Our Constitution granted to all the citizens that they have right to religion, freedom, right to religion. And the people, they are free to choose, they can choose, they can practice, they can propagate any religion. And the important thing, the government, it will not fund, it will not fund. Sorry, I have to. What are the steps? Actually, we know it is clear to us that to achieve our goal, we have to take some steps. If we want to achieve our goal, then what is important? It is important that we have to take some steps. So, to safeguard the right of religious minorities, our government has taken some steps. Now it is, I want to clear this, that what is minorities and what is majorities. The people belonging to any particular religion or community, who are more than 50%, they are known as religious majority. They can be 60, 65, 80, as in India there are 75% of 70 or 75% of people related to Hindu religions are there, and other religions as they are Muslim, Sikh, Isai, Bodh, Jain, all these religions are there, but they are minorities because they all are in less quantity. Then to safeguard that the majority, the people who are in great number, they does not discriminate against the religious minorities, what are the steps? The following steps has been taken. And who took these steps? Our government took these steps. Why these steps are taken? To safeguard these steps are taken to safeguard the right of religious minorities. religious minorities के सेफगार्ड करने के लिए उनके जो राइट्स हैं वो हंट ना हो, दैट इज़ वाई सम स्टेप्स आवर गवर्नमेंट हैज़ टेकन सम स्टेप्स. No government institution or office can display anything which promote any religion. As we are studying the steps, then what is there? No government institution, the institution which is run by the government or any office which is run by the government, they will not do anything which promote any religion. वो कोई भी ऐसा काम नहीं करेंगे जिससे क्या शो हो कि they are promoting any religion. The government school, they cannot promote any religion or celebrate any religious festival within the school. Now the government school, to which school we are talking about? We are talking about the government school. The government school, they can't promote any religion, and neither they can celebrate any religious festival in the school premises. Nowadays what happens, that the schools, they celebrate all the religion. As we in our schools, we celebrate Holi, we celebrate Diwali, we celebrate Christmas Day, and we also celebrate about Guru Purba. Then what is there? That it is the secularism, that we are celebrating the festivals related to all religion, and this is the secularism. हम जो अपने स्कूल में सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, क्या करते हैं कि वी आर सेलिब्रेटिंग द फेस्टिवल रिलेटेड टू ऑल रिलीजन, नॉट इन ओनली अ सिंगल रिलीजन. द स्टेट हैज़ अ पॉलिसी ऑफ नॉन इंटरफेरेंस इन रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिस of any religious community. The policy of non-interference, what do you understand by this word? This is a policy in which the state will not interfere. Policy of non-interference, that the state, it will not interfere in the religious practice of any religious community. I think it is clear to all you that what are the safeguards, what are the steps. Government institution will not display anything to promote any religion. The government school, they will not promote any religion. And the which policy the state has adopted? The state has adopted a policy of non-interference, where in religious practice में वो interfere कोई भी state नहीं करेगा. Some expectations are there, as it is granted, but some expectations are there to secularism. Earlier, untouchables were not allowed to enter temple, but now untouchability has been banned now. Now when we have clear that the state will have the policy of non-interference, why? But some expectation, what are that expectation? That expectation are there that our government make rule for the untouchables, because earlier the condition of untouchable, it was very bitter. They were not allowed to enter in the temples, they cannot fill water from the wells, they cannot settle in a city, they have to live outside of the city. But now the untouchability, it has been banned now. And one important thing which I want to clear here, that our constitution has removed untouchability. And uh, according to which article? One article is there, and it is article number 17. According to article number 17, untouchability has been banned now. Seats have been reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in government run educational institution and government services. Now these are the expectation to which we were discussing just now. Seats, it has been reserved for what? For scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, to whom we known as SC and ST. When the government declared some seats, some services in government sector, then it is must that some seats should be reserved for the SCs and for the STs. SC stand for scheduled caste and ST stand for scheduled tribes. Minority has been given, minorities are given financial support to set up their own educational institutes. It is clear who are the minorities. The people who are less in number, they are known as minorities. And if they are belonging to any religion, minorities are of different type. Linguistic minorities are also there, and religious minorities are also there. Then we are discussing here the religious minorities. The religious minority, they are given financial support. Our government is also financially supporting to which institution? To the institution of the minorities, so that they can set up their educational, for what? Not for any religious purpose, to set up their educational institutions, because education is also our fundamental right. Sikhs are allowed to wear turban instead of helmet. As we know that while riding on bike, helmet is necessary. It is must that one should put on helmet. But one expectation is also there, that Sikhs, as Sikhs use turban, so they can travel, they can ride on a bike without helmet, because turban, it is related to their religion. That is why it is not compulsory that they should put helmet on their head. The system of sati has been declared illegal. Sati system, we have declared what was sati system. Now the government has made rule, had made some laws for this, and now it is completely banned, and it has been declared illegal. These were some expectations. And why these some expectations were adopted by our government? Because it is also, however, it is also necessary that government should impartial for all religion, but it is also necessary that minorities, they are also have equal opportunities, they have the right of education, and that is why some expectation has been adopted. What our Indian constitution guarantees? As we know, what is constitution? It is the supreme law. It is a set of rule, fundamental rights based on secular principles. What our constitution guarantees? Our constitution guarantees the fundamental right. It is important to know this, that the fundamental rights which are based on what? On secular principles, and violation of these right. Of which right? Of which right? Of the violation of these right means of the fundamental rights do occur in India. However, our constitution has guaranteed fundamental rights, but the principles who are based, but the rights who are based on secular principles, they are often violated in India. Such violation happens frequently, and then we need a constitutional mechanism. What happens? How they happens? how these violation, as we were discussing, that if someone is exploiting, someone is violating your right, then you have the right to go to the constitution. Then our constitution, the rights which has been granted by our constitution, they has been violated. And how it violated? It violated frequently. Sometimes someone violated them, but sometimes it happens frequently. And then what our constitution do? Our constitution we need a constitutional mechanism. Our these rights enables us our these rights enables us take actions when our rights are violated. When our rights are violated, then these makes us that we can take actions for this, for the violation of these rights. I think it is clear to you all. Fundamental rights, they are the fundamental rights which are based on secular principles, and they are violated. Which principles are violated? Which are based on secular principles, they occurs in India. Such violations happens, and this happens frequently. Then we need a constitutional mechanism, and our these rights enable us to take action when our rights are violated. Now it is enough for today, and we will discuss tomorrow.